All right, so let's get started. We're going to be sharing you material samples from our production company, and you can be able to see. And if you need a sample book like this, we also sell the sample book as well too. If you need it for your company, or if you actually want to do long-term production with us, so that you can always see what we're doing. So you're looking at all these type of materials here, and you're looking at different type of display graphics for adhesive or clings. And so you have different surfaces that you can use. You can use windows, flat walls, anything that has some type of gloss surface as well too, matte surfaces. And the window clings are usually used for inside and outside, and there's clear. And you have the option also to use actually with adhesive backing, right? So we're going to go through floor graphics and aluminum floor graphics. So the difference between it is you have one material that is more durable than the other, because some of the times you need this for the warehouses, for you got employees walking and driving over with forklifts and stuff like that. So floor graphics is more for people walking into an area with their just like regular walking and stuff. So different materials that we're going to be talking about: canvas material, premium fabric from anything that's displaying from the ceiling to a pop-up banner, right? Fabrics from flags, like regular flags, but also like street flags that pop up. Also tent materials and booth covers as well too. So when you have like the table booth covers and like the tent and all that full like display, it's kind of like what we actually focus on is getting the actual full display set up for your events or any type of convention and stuff like that. So there's a lot to be actually said. So let's go ahead and get to it. Blockout banners, foam core. So I'm going to go ahead and just go through it really quickly so that you can actually see the options here. Retractable banners, aluminum signs, acrylic, plexiglass, office signs, plexiglass with actually not plexiglass, aluminum with printing on it, and also aluminum for like signage and direction. Also aluminum for logo designs and like actually signages for your storefront or backdrop. So you got the perforated film, right? And so this perforated film is see-through from inside to outside, but from the outside you can't see through the window, right? So that's how it looks. So as you can see here, if I open this right here and I show you, you will see that there's holes in them, right? It's like this. So when you have this fully on the windows of your offices, you can literally see from inside outside like a regular window. But from the outside, when people are looking at your window, they can't see through the window. They only can see the graphics display on it. So this right here is opaque window graphics too. So this is good just to have like anything that you want to display from the inside of the window to be transparent through the window, right? This is not something that you apply from the outside. It's something that you apply from the inside. So the adhesive is in the front end right here, as you can see right here. As you can see right here, let me cut this right here. This part is the sticky part, right? So if you want to show things through the window, this is what you need to do. You need to have this type of material right here. Obviously with this right here, you can do the cling windows. The cling windows are reusable. So if I have something like this on my window, I can take it out and remove it and replace it somewhere. Even though it's sticky on the window, it's reusable, right? So this is good just to have like, you can have like designs like little die cuts here, like shape it. You could be very creative with it, and it could be used seasonally, right? So let's say you have something for Halloween, for Christmas, like you could take it off and reuse it every year, right? So this window cling graphics right here, this is just solid. So you saw something that's more clear base, right? Like clear the window. This is more like basic full color. It has a white background and just do full color graphics, right? That's gonna be like if you wanna have some type of promotion going on yearly and stuff. This right here is more of the adhesive. It's like a strong, durable sticker that goes on the wall. So you can literally cover the entire wall and look like it's actually a mural, right? So that is something that you could use with this material, or you could use it with just a shape that you want. So you got the regular floor graphics. So like if you touch this right here, this material right here, it's like very strong, right? It doesn't scratch like these vinyls right here. This is like you put it on the wall, right? But you know, if you scratch it like really hard, it's gonna scratch through really hard. But this right here is to be on the ground, so it's very long lasting. You can see here too the difference with the aluminum. Like you can see the grids here, right? Like the grids are very strong and it's rough, like this. This is good as for like warehouses as well too. Like if you want to show people like different departments and stuff like that. Now we're gonna go to the banners, displays, all here that you list here. So you got the flags right here, right? So the flags are like printed full color, and you can see here how the material is. This is the premium fabric as well too. So when you look at premium and when you look at something like this is for outdoor, right? So it doesn't need to be actually high resolution because people are seeing it from a distance, and it needs to be big graphics. But when it comes to like detailed graphics, where like I'm walking in a store and I see some, you know, fabric in front of me, right, with some display graphics, it has more detail and rich colors in it. So that's why you see that premium fabric, it has that more rich color to it, right? And you have the canvas material as well too. So canvas material can be used for so many things, but if you want something maybe artistic, maybe upscale through your office, you want to display some of the, you know, images that represents your industry, canvases throughout the hallway, you know, we do with the frame, with the wooden frame as well too, like is a very good presentation of your industry if someone's walking to your office, right? Like that'll be really nice. So you got the event tent material. We have so many different type of tents, like all sorts of custom tents. Tents with backdrop, tents with the sidings, you know, different size tents as well too. So, and you could do full color graphics, right? So logos repeated, or you could actually do full color printing, you know? So the large posters right here, we can do this in photographics. This is like if you need it for different purposes outside of business. We got the premium indoor banner. So the indoor banner with the pop-ups, they're more on the material where it's more finer and richer. It's very similar to the fabric that I mentioned with the flags, so the premium flags and the one that's for outdoor, right? This is more for like indoor and high quality, right? And you're displaying this where people are like right in front of them, right? Now you have the outdoor banner. We also do this in pop-up banners too, right? And this is more like you could put this on the street, put this in front of the building, grand opening, or something that's seasonal, right? So it's still good quality, good material, but banners and such, this type of displays are meant to see from a distance. So make sure the graphics are big and display and readable, right? Yeah, you could do it subtle if someone's walking by. So it depends on the actual project. The mesh banners right here. So this is going to be usually put on fences where the wind is blowing through and it's not like damaging the banner, right? So the wind is passing through. So that mesh banner material is very long lasting, right? And so if I have this on a fence or somewhere where I want to promote a message and stuff, like I'm going to do mesh banners, and you'll be able to have that mesh banner long lasting and not tear versus like a regular banner, right? Regular banners you can hang it and stuff, and it's usually with a backdrop, with a background. But when you have a mesh banner, it's like where like a lot of air is going through it, right? You get the blockout banners, where like the blockout banners are very high quality. Like there's no light shining through this right here, right? Other materials, the light can shine through, right? But this is just a more high quality, and this kind of shows you an example how to display these type of blockout banners, right? You see this a lot in the malls, in the stores as well too. You get the blockout posters as well too. This is more thicker material as well too, right? So there's different ways that you could put this besides just a frame as well too, right? So let's go to the signs. The signs are there's so many ways to go about signages, right? But for the foam core signage, you could put it on easels like this, right? You could actually put this also on walls as well too, right? But it goes to show you the different material right here. You can see, so you got this right here, the foam core sign, right? You got the gator board as well too. With the gator board, you can see that there's black in between here, right? So you can see how that material has different purposes. So now we got the Coroplast. Coroplast yard signs, you already know how the Coroplast is. They have the flutes. So we do carry the metal frames and also the H-stake frames. So Coroplast also could be used for signages as well too, right? For like displays in front of a building. You got the PVC as well too. This is more higher end right here. And for a double-sided, you can see that it's printed on double-sided. So you can literally have holes here and it could be displaying on a ceiling too. So that is also another option as well too. So you have the large format type of material samples that I've just shared you. And now we're gonna go into more smaller printing materials. All right, so we got smaller materials, right? So this is a sample book for printing like business cards and all that stuff, postcards, but I'm here to explain all the details for our samples. We have much more samples outside of this, but this is a foundation of sample materials, right? So we're gonna go all over all these right here, right? So that you can understand each material and each purpose for it. So you got the non-coating 14 point stock. You can see the thickness of it, right? So this is like really for flyers and stuff like that. You got the mat as well too, right? The mat, when I touch the mat, is very smooth. No shine to it, but it's very smooth. No coat to it. Now you got the UV gloss, right? So now you can see that there is a shine with this, right? So with the UV gloss, it's basically coating over it, right? This is right here is a 14 points. Now you got the uncoated version as well too. This is more dry and it looks like you could feel like it has some type of texture to it. It's somewhat, but not exactly. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the 16 point spot UV. Spot UV, what is spot UV? You can start seeing that the effects. When you use spot UV, you definitely want to use it where, yes, you could do it like this, right? But you can see that on the balloon, there is no graphics of the line. The spot UV is creating the design effect. Look. You see that? So you don't see no clouds in the actual design, right? Like that. Like there's no, it's basically the spot UV is creating the design. You see like that? So I advise when you're using spot UV, use it wisely where it's on like plain background and let the shapes tell the story. So you got Satin Aquas. 16 points. It's like a little touch of shine. This has a more coat to it, but not much. Now we got the 18 point stock. This is thick. The higher the number of the points, the thicker the actual paper is, the material is, right? So you already know how the gloss works. So you got premium. This is more finer. So 70 pound is very light, you see? So the linen, you're going to see here, the linen has texture to it, right? So let me go ahead and zoom into this. You can see that there's textures involved here. Now we're going to be going with the gloss book. You know, like brochures and flyers, 8.5 by 11 inches, trifold brochures, 80-pound can work for that. But you can see the gloss here. £100 is the most popular material for brochures. Flyers, I'm talking about the sheet flyers. You got the £100, it's the same material like this, right? With the, you see the shine of it? But this has a gloss to it, like a coating, more shinier. You know, sometimes with the coating, it makes the colors more richer too. 80-pound gloss cover as well. You know, this could be actually a paperback book, right? Paperback book, kind of like the cover of it, because the inside of the paper of the book is thinner than this. This could be almost like a cover of a paperback. It could fall into that category. So the 80-pound gloss cover. So you got gloss cover and you got gloss book. The book is like the paper material on the inside, the quality of it, right? When it comes to cover, it's thicker, right? So 100-pound gloss cover with a little bit coating, right? So each material will offer different pricings, but every pricing will have its detail on it. So you already know about the linen cover, right? It has, when you touch it, it has that texture, that feeling where it just feels more basically like linen, like there's linings going into the paper. Like you can feel the lines inside of it. Okay. You got a 10-point endurance. This has a very soothing feeling to it, right? So water resistance, right? So this is another material as well too. So you can see that it has, door hangers outside, you know, very durable material right here, right? Even though it's not thick, but paper, right? Paper, when it gets wet, it can get soggy. This right here will last long out into the weather. It's basically kind of like weatherproof type of printing here, right? But on a budget level and stuff. Yeah, door hangers, you could have brochures where it's just like, if it has to do with outdoor, right? Fashion, you know, like when you're having fashion shows, it's outdoor and stuff, you know? All right, let's get into the premium. Aqua foil is one of my favorites because it's not like foil stamp, but it's like unlimited type of foil metallic effects. But look at this. So whatever your color graphics and printing is, let it all become metallic. That's a beautiful thing about aqua foil. You want that. Look, just look at this right here. Beautiful. Look at that. Yep. Let's bring this a little bit more. Look at that. Okay. We got the natural 14 points. This is good for invites that you want it to be not too flashy, but more subtle, you know? 14 point pearl, this is more luxury right here. You definitely, like if you want like very like high-end looking material, this is definitely a win-win material right here. When I say win-win, it's like you can literally use this for wedding invites, like really luxury events, you know? Like look at this right here. Let's get closer to this right here so you can see. You can see that there's a pearl effect here. So let's go ahead and bring this down. Look at that. See that pearl effect? Now you can see. Yep. All right. Now raise spot UV here. So raise spot UV is like spot UV, but the spot UV is raised up higher. It's almost like 3D, you know? You can see that. So like if I look at the design flat like that, you can see the design. But if I put raised spot UV on particular areas of the design, it's gonna stand out when I'm actually looking at it like this. You see? Look at that. For business cards, we definitely do this a lot. Like it's definitely a popular choice. Yeah, you could do it in all sorts of material, even like tags too, like clothing tags. So you got the silk laminate. Silk laminate, 16 points. Now silk laminate 16 point is silk overall is a popular material for luxury. So when you touch it, it's very silky. Like the silk material right here, right? So if I bring this in, let's see, it's more of a feeling of the material than the look, but there's a little shimmer, right? But the feeling is definitely something that you notice. Now we got the foil stamp. So the foil stamp, we have all colors for foil. You want a silver foil, you know, copper foil, like all the foils you want, we can produce. But now you can see the material. You know, like if you are creative in the design process, you can fully take advantage of foil stamp and make the most out of it to stand out. Okay, so now we got the uncoated brown craft. So this is good for like wholesome type of industry and stuff, you know, natural like type of aesthetics for material used for those type of industries, you know. So yeah, I would suggest this because it has that like that cardboard like look to it. Let's go ahead and see if we can bring this a little bit closer. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it. You can see the material here. Look. Okay, now we talked about foil stamp earlier. Same thing with the spot UV. This is raised foil stamp, right? So with a raised foil stamp, it's like the foil stamp, but just 3D feeling. I could touch it and feel it, like popping out, right? So as well, all the colors we have too, but if you use it properly, you can make it stand out. And this raised foil is on suede material, which is a very popular combination. It's not only the actual look and the feel of it, of the raised foil, but also the material, the printing itself, or just the paper itself, very soft. It feels like there's fur on it, you know? Yeah, so you can see closely. I guess we could go closer. There you go. Yep. Okay. Now we got, this is basically suede material too, but this photo definitely is used for the purpose of showing you that it feels like it's actually like some type of material where it's like fur on it, right? So it has that plush feeling to it. Especially on a big material, definitely, for sure. Like this suede material is amazing. Black edge card, so it's very thick, 32 point is very thick. And with this right here, the side are not white. The side is actually black. Let's see if I could get this right here. So the edges are black. Right there, you can see it. So people like their business cards, like if they want black edges to it, this is definitely a popular thing. We could also do all color edges too, right? So when you see business cards where they're all like stacked up, and then like you look at the face of it, right? But if they're stacked up and you see on the side, all of that color on the edges is going to stack up to all red, blue. So it's very nice when they're put together. The material of the painted edge cards, we have different material, but this is more a natural material where it's like uncoated. Now we're going to talk about the print packages and stuff, right? So you can see all the other stuff that we do here. Tags, cups. We already talked about the material earlier on the other video. All sorts of packagings, sticker labels. And there you go. So some of the other materials for like the labels, I'm going to show you here for the stickers. Label stickers. These come in rolls, and so as you're unrolling it, you tape it like that. So we have the stickers that are individuals just like this, but these are also roll labels where they're come in a roll and you just peel them one by one if you're doing labeling. So different materials here. Semi-gloss silk material, just like the printing material that we showed you earlier, but on actual stickers. This right here is actually waterproof right here. The lamination. So if you have beauty products, this is good. This has like the linen feel to it. Die cut stickers, right? We got the header tags as well too. All sorts of label tags, different materials, more custom, and we have the metallic stickers as well too, right? And we do all sorts of boxes and custom boxes, but this is what is in the ultimate package of what we offer as the sample material box.